Hi, it's Loan from Google Tech, and from my last video about updating firmware for the Neptune 4 Max, I got a lot of feedback from you guys, and it showed that there's a lot of people struggling with the Neptune 4 Max. That's the price we agreed to pay to get a very big machine for such a acceptable price. Of course, if you want to pay for Bamboo Lab something, you're going to pay a lot more and get just a smaller print. So, that's the trade-off. We agreed to go with it. And today, I'm going to show one more thing that I just did with the Neptune 4 Max, just in case you need this information in the future. I just get, like, people ask me to print this letter, you see, snap on. You see, it's like this. So the thing is, the guys were asking me to try to make it as smooth as possible on the stop surface. And as you can see, because of the fast speed and plus retraction or whatever, you're going to see some scratch here. And you could see lines on it. It's not pretty smooth. Okay, it's smooth. You could feel with the hand, it's not that bad. But he was asking me to make it smoother. So I check, and there's an option of ironing that you could see in Prusa and Bow. You could see in Cura also. So I said, why not? Let's try this function with the Cura and Neptune 4 Max. I actually want to try both because I want to see the difference between Prusa slicer and Prusa printer and this one, which is the Neptune 4 Max of Elegoo. I use the newer slicer of them, the 5.6. The link is here, if you see. So at first, I print both. I slice both of them, but you could look at this one. One of them, this one is the Prusa one. You see the layer is much thicker because according to the speed, if I print the Prusa with the 0.2 millimeter, you're gonna take like 2 hours even, and I don't want that. I want it only like I put it with maximum for 0.4 nozzle, so it's gonna 0.3 layers, and I print it in this one in 1 hour and a half. While this one I printed with the Neptune 4 Max, and it is 48 minutes. 48 minutes for this one, and the layer thickness is 0.2. I didn't want to go with 0.16. It's too thin. We don't need that detail with this one, so I put it 0.2, and it's 48 minutes. To adjust the ironing function, you can go to, for example, here is Prusa. You can go to the slicer and turn on the function of ironing. Is here. And with Cura, you can also go to the shell function of it, and at the end you will see turn on ironing. So you can turn that both on. This ironing on is 48 minutes, and just for you to compare, this one without ironing at the end is 38 minutes, and this one is 48 minutes for the Neptune 4 Max, and this one is 1 hour and a half for Prusa i3. And now let's compare the result. Unfortunately, at the end of the Prusa, somehow I get the filament stuck, so this part doesn't look so good, and it has a little bit warp here also. But if you look at the edge only, you can compare them easily. This is the one of the let me see, this is Prusa and this is Neptune 4 Max. I'm gonna put the two S together. If you go with the hand, the finger, it could tell that personally I think Prusa ironing is a little bit better You could see the smoothness here. At the end, it don't compare this part because it was like the filament was locked at the end. Okay, just the edge here. I could tell this part is almost perfect. You could see it like you don't see the lines or anything. It's super smooth here. But the one of the Elegoo wasn't bad either. It's not as smooth as that. Okay, but it's covered the thing and it's nice enough. So to me, this value, the quality is acceptable. Even though you see some spot that wasn't that nice, but I mean that's the best it can do. And actually this one you need only 48 minutes. It's almost half of the time to print this one with Prusa slicer with much better layers here, you can see here. So the conclusion is that you can use ironing with the Elegoo format, but paying attention, I got a big trouble when I used this function, because after that this Elegoo Neptune format it got locked, and the filament was stuck in there, cannot push in, cannot push out. It was stuck, completely stuck there. And I was kind of shocked that I was worried that I may not able to fix it. But luckily when I increased the temperature to like maximum 250 degrees, I was able to take the filament out. But then it have a lot of up and down problem, and I finally fixed it. But I think if you really need this ironing function, yes, you can turn it on, but I mean it's not worth the trouble. Consider that the Neptune 4 Max is a kind of instant 3D printer and it still needs support. I need to check recently. So there's a lot of things could cause problem. So if you don't really want the ironing function, you can just go with the one that doesn't have, and it seems fine to me. I mean, it's smooth enough. You don't have that big problem, and you can sand it and do it later. If you risk to do this kind of thing, you may have locked your filament, and then you have to deal with printer later. I mean, I don't mind doing this, but you don't have much time, and you know, this printer is new, and when you touch something, it may lead to some other problem. And now it's very hard to get their nozzle or their hot end. If you go to their website, you see it here, it's like impossible to order. They are out of stock right now. So if you have any problem, you need to contact them, wait for so long to fix it. So anyway, final conclusion, ironing, yes, you can do it. Prusa look like have better ironing compared to the Neptune Elegoo 4 Max, but Elegoo 4 Max is much faster compared to Prusa, and ironing and without ironing, the quality improve a little bit on the top, but it's not worth the trouble. So yeah, that's all I get for this today, and I hope it will be useful for you in case you really need ironing. It's a head up for you to understand what might not happen with the 3D printer. I hope you're interested in this content, and see you in the next one.